Hey, what's up? It's your man Big Jack, and welcome to the Big Jack Storytime show. Look, I'm excited. This is normally when I have an opportunity to get on here and talk with you, the people. This is the time I get to, as I say, lay my hair down or let my hair down and get out. So I'm super excited to have you here with me today. So I thank you for tuning in and watching the Big Jack Storytime show. We're part of the Iron Sharpening Iron universe, the ISI universe, which is made up of multiple content creators with multiple shows. And you're welcome to tune in for each and every one of them. So thank you, thank you, thank you for all you who are watching on the ISI Universe YouTube channel, all of you that's watching on the Big Jack Storytime YouTube channel, and all of you that's watching through Facebook. We're live on all three right now. So hey, I'm super excited about today. It's an opportunity to get in here and talk with you, and just shoot the breeze if you want to look at it that way. This is a chance to get in here, meet new people, meet different people to come in and say hello. So I welcome you, welcome you, welcome you all. If you don't know who I am the host of the Iron Sharpening Iron show, Big Jack Storytime, and I want to say thank you for taking the time out of your life and tuning into this channel and watching. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit the notification bell, hit the like button, so that way we know that you are out there and that you're talking to me and talking to us, so we can know who you are and we can make sure that we meet and greet in the future and let you know what's up. So look, today is going to be a little bit different because there's some things that I've been thinking about, things that's been going on that I said, hey, I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about a couple of things, and it's like, hey, what better time to talk about them than when you're on your show and you got an opportunity, you got people in front, you got an audience sitting there watching, tuning in and chilling. So if you're out there, we say hello, hello, hello. Put your comments in the comment section. Let us know that you're out there, and that way we can meet and greet and talk with you throughout the show. I want to talk to everybody I can, which is pretty cool. I try to acknowledge you as much as I can throughout the show. So what's up? What's up? So who is that? Davina Sir Jack? I hope I didn't mess your name up. So, but hello, hello, hello. I say you. Hi Ellie. Hi Jazz. Hi Happy. Hey, hey, and what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? So this is a time. So this is a opportunity for. I broke it down in a different way now because I want to talk about some of the news and things that's going on. So hello everybody out there, and thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for coming in. But I wanted to talk about a couple of subjects that's been on my mind. It's news from all over the world without politics. So can you imagine watching the news, watching you tuning in on your news channels or whatever, and actually seeing news without actually seeing politics? So, not talking about what's going on in the political world, but you still want to know about things that's going in the world. And I see what someone says, Google. Google, Google, Google. Yes, we can Google all this information. You can look up everything, and that's the whole thing. So you can look it up yourself, and we can have and talk about it. But it's like, let's have a conversation about it from a point of view that's not something that you're going to look up online or something you're going to see in Google, or that you're going to, you can AI and check it out through that. But we want to be able to put some things up. So I did use AI. So let me tell you what I said. I used AI to create the pictures because I didn't want to take anything from anywhere and say, okay, you copyrighted this or that. So I did use AI to create the pictures for the subjects that we're going to talk about. But these are real subjects. These are real things that we're going through in the world, around the world. And I'm in the United States. So if you're from somewhere else outside the United States, or even in the United States, go ahead and put it in the chat. Let us know where you are. I would love to see where you are. Put your name in, or you can leave it in the chat, but put your name and where you're from, and that way we can get to know you better. So the first thing I wanted to talk about because this is something that we're dealing with, and it's normal to deal with this when it's the summertime. You know, we talking about the heat. We talking about summertime heat. So we'll put that up on there. So extreme heat is real, it's dangerous. So, how do you prepare yourself for extreme heat? What are some of the things that you can do to prepare yourself for extreme heat? And I know it's a couple of things that's on the poster, but we wanted to make sure that we I hit on a couple of things. I wanted to make sure that I hit on a couple of things, and one of them was it says stay hydrated. So that was a big one right there. Stay hydrated. But have you noticed this year that it was a lot hotter than it's been in years before? I mean, it's like been super, super hot. We've went through some times where it was unbearable. And I went to some states, and I first time ever been in Utah. Then I went straight from Utah to Texas, and it was hot there in both Utah and Texas. And I was also in Vegas all in the same weekend. So I got to go through Vegas, and I went to Utah, and then went from Utah to Texas, and all three of those locations were hot. But I am in the Washington, D.C. area. And even in the Washington, D.C. area, and I was in Las Vegas, Utah, and Texas, and all three of them was not as hot as it was in Washington, D.C. at that same time. So that is real crazy that we're talking about that type of heat that even we remember this was around that 4th of July time or just before 4th of July and 4th of July time where they were canceling all kinds of events around not around the United States and around the world because it was too hot for people to be outside and to be out there. So we're talking extreme heat is real. I mean, it's really, really, really real. And here's the thing: there are some areas that are not set up for the heat. So meaning that they don't have air conditioning because it just never get that hot. So them homes, they don't have air conditioning. They used to open up the windows, let a breeze go through and things like that. But when you got extreme heat, the heat that we're talking about now, without an air conditioner, without the air conditioners blasting or whatever, they had to put up cooling tents and cooling stations and actually open up buildings and cool them off or treat them as cooling stations for people to 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 survive. Hey, Patty, how you doing? And welcome, welcome. Thank you. It's always good to see you, and I thank you for popping in. But we're talking about extreme heat, and so what's the max temperature? What's the max temperature that any of you have felt during this time or this summertime? Because that's something that you have to really think about. Like wow, I don't remember it getting to be triple digits or more for more than 1, 2, 3 days in a row uh, while uh, while dealing with this summertime heat. This has just been crazy this year, and it's not just in the United States; it's all over the world. So places that don't ever see temperatures like this are seeing temperatures like that. My man Chris the Flash is in the house. What's up, Chris? I ain't seen you in a 40 moons, my brother. So welcome, welcome. And I see Boss B TV down there. Hey, and I thank you, Boss B, for popping in. So we're talking about extreme heat. I mean, that's not the main topic or the only topic today, but extreme heat is real. So how are you prepared in the areas that you live in? Do you have air conditioning? Do you use air conditioning? See, one put down, Boss B said 105 for a full week last week. 105 degrees is just hot. That is crazy, crazy hot. And when you're dealing with temperatures like that, especially when you're not used to it, in some areas, like I said, we're not used to it. So they had to build and put up special cooling stations for a lot of people to protect them from the heat. And then the other part with that, so people don't realize that, but when you do have heat like that, a lot of people do want to blast the AC, the air conditioning units, and things like that, which cause more demand on the electric system, and that's why you have a lot of power outages at the same time because of the fact that there's now more demand than we have supply, or there's supply for that area. So when everybody's turning on the AC and trying to be cool, and it's okay to be cool, but at the same time, it does cause a big strain on the electrical grid, and that's why a lot of people find themselves in the dark. Yeah, like old home week. Um, it's good to see you. Say here in Florida, it's been a little hotter than usual, not too bad. We have AC everywhere, and yes, that is true. So I remember being down in Florida, and Florida, it does get hot, but they're used to it, and they do have the AC. It's almost like going to Arizona. Now, there's some places that's designed, and they just know it's going to get hot, and they have things in place for that. But then there's places that's not, and when the extreme temperatures are still coming out like that, um, you just got to like prepare yourself for it. So this they said 2025 was among the hottest year ever, and that was 2025 was the hottest in record. And I can almost promise you when they get through 2026, they're going to say we broke 2025's record. Um, More than half of the world's population experienced one prolonged heat wave during the past year. So more than half of the world's population. So we're not just talking the United States. And that's why it was important to put this up here because I don't care where you travel to. The world is feeling the heat. I mean, so what does that have to do with what's going on? I don't know. I mean, I know we talked for years about the ozone layer and things like that, but it's getting hot. It's getting really, really hot. And I know they got songs out there. It's getting hot in here. And I don't want to see everybody running down the street taking off all their clothes, but it is definitely getting hot out there. And you got to make sure you protect yourself. Heat kills. So that's one thing that we don't want anyone to get hurt. We don't want anybody to lose their life because of the heat. It said more people in the United States each year than any other weather related hazard. So, and that's including tornadoes and hurricanes. Heat takes out more people than any other weather hazard out there. Snowstorms, tornadoes, hurricanes, heat is the worst. And you have to make sure you protect yourself. One of the key things you see up even on the slide says stay hydrated, stay cool, check on others, and know the signs. So, and that's just part of it. If your skin, if you're not sweating, and I'm a person, I'm out there, I'm, playing golf, playing whatever, sweat pouring off, and that's a good thing because that's cooling me down. But when the sweat stops is when you start, wait a minute, because that's a sign of dehydration. These things are not going right because that is your way or a way to help you cool down. So definitely make sure that you stay hydrated, stay cool, and check on each other and know the signs. 100%. Christopher, as I'm laughing, but I'm serious. In Louisiana, it's definitely hot, but I plunge a lot. So, and hey, there's nothing wrong with that. If you have a place to go and cool yourself down, if you have a place to go and cool down, then that's huge. That's what you need right there. And you say, I'm about to be in a tub of ice. Yeah, because it gets hot. I mean, I've been to Louisiana, I've been to Texas, I've been, those southern states is bad, but it's when the northern states start feeling it too. And that's when you start like, wait a minute, what's going on? Like, you look for it to be warm or hot in Florida. You look for it to be warm and hot in Texas, in Louisiana. But when you're getting 100 degrees in Washington D.C. and 100 degrees in New York City and places like that, and in Seattle, Washington, it's like, wait a minute, something's wrong. Something is really, really wrong. So I just want to, it's real. If you know people out there that don't have all of the things that they need, like the air conditioners or the ice tubs or a cooling center or cooling place, look out for them. Look out for them if you can, and let them know, hey, I'm just checking on you. Not that I'm, trying to be nosy or whatever. I just want to make sure you're safe because it's definitely important that we check on each other. 100%. So this is you're hearing it from Big Jack Storytime. You're hearing it from Big Jack Storytime. And what I'm just trying to let you know that one, we care, I care, the universe cares, and we want you to be able to enjoy being outside and enjoy being around. But at the same time, you got to take care of yourself. You definitely got to take care of yourself. And I'm not even getting into all the skincare products and stuff like that you need because of the sun, because we're not even talking about the sun. We're just talking about the heat. And we know that they're related to each other. The sun's shining bright and hot and the heat is coming off. But at the same time, the heat. Without the sun has its own thing, and the rays of the sun and the putting on, the skincare products and all for, everybody's not trying to get a tan, but you do need to protect your skin from the sun. And that too can cause a whole lot more of the issues. Don't be that person who likes to look in the sun. So if you're one of those who like to stare at the sun, don't do that. You will burn your eyes up. It's not designed for that. Your eyes are not designed to look into that hot, bright light like that. So um, be smart, and pay attention. I learned something the other day, and you could correct me or Google it. I seen Google was out there, and people saying Google. That sitting in a swimming pool. Well, a lot of people think I'm in the pool. I'm safe because I'm in the pool. A swimming pool, a regular swimming pool, is like a magnifying glass. So when you're in there, you definitely got to make sure that you're still protecting yourself and putting the right stuff on because of the fact that it's like a magnifying glass that the sun magnifying off that water and it will burn you. A lot of people get really, really, really burned just sitting in the pool, thinking that they're good because I'm under the water or but it's very I've never had that problem, so I'm only going off of what someone had just told me because they got really burned and they were in a pool, but it was a clear water. It wasn't even in a pool. They were in more like the Bahamas type water, the clear beach water. But it was very clear and it was like a magnifying glass on them. So even though they were in the water, they got burned just as bad as if they were just out sitting in a chair. So that's just crazy. It's see Boss B said, no, just go look at the sun on my channel 24/7. That's right. Go to BBTV, Boss BBT, BBTV, Boss BTV channel, and you can look at the sun all you want. You can 24/7. The sun is always there. You got the live streaming of the sun. So if you just want to go look at suns, if you're one of those people that I got to stare at the sun, go to Boss B's channel and check out the sun. You're more than welcome. B, if you want to come up, come on down. You know you're more than welcome and always welcome. You don't ever have to. But anyway, we got another one. Another story that was on my mind. So we're gonna pass on the heat. We're gonna move on. Not pass out from the heat. We're gonna pass on the heat. So now we're going into visitors from beyond. So this is real. This is a real story. And I was like, what the heck? So of course, remember I told you I use AI to create the posters and all. But if you Google it right now, you'll see that the universe, there's a 3I/Atlas, the interstellar objects passing through the solar system. So we got our astronauts and NASA and everyone else is studying these objects that's passing through the solar system as a way, and they believe in it's going to prove to us or prove to everyone that there is life outside of the Earth. I'm a believer that God did not just create all those other planets just to be out there. That it's got to be something. Why is the third rock from the sun the only one that had life on it? But I'm also one of those people where I'm not going to go look for them. So they don't, but they're passing through close enough that they're actually studying it and they're seeing it. And everybody's all, not everyone, but some of the NASA scientists and all giddy and they ready to see if they can learn more about what's going on. So you can look that up. Go ahead and look it up. It says the visitors from beyond, and they're thinking that this is going to prove, for whatever reason, we're trying to get off of this planet and go to anything that's out there and build life outside. What's funny about all of this, and I'm not laughing at this, that there's this interstellar object that's passing through the solar system, and this is what they're saying, it came from outside of our solar system. So now they're saying that there's life outside of our solar system that they believe that we're going to be able to study, which is kind of cool, I guess, if you want to say that, there's something out there. And for those who are into that, let me know. I sure think that if you go to Boss B TV again, her channel, you will be able to find out more about that, because I believe she even have live streams 24/7, even dealing with the outside of the universe. So we are the ISI universe, but there's some work outside the universe. But scientists believe that it formed around another star before entering the solar system. So the scientists believe that this object formed from another star outside of our universe is now is passing through our universe. I'm more bothered the fact that if we go out there and you knock something off its orbit or whatever their plan is, that would had no intentions of hitting Earth or any other planet, you can knock it off its pattern and all of a sudden now it's coming at you. So that's one of the things that I'm like maybe bothered by. But other than that, I'm I'm almost like, wow, that's pretty cool to know that there's a possible object that's out there that came from another universe is now passing through this universe. So hey, I say it's traveling hundreds of thousands of miles per hour, so far too fast to be captured by the sun's gravity. So that's what scientists are saying. It's moving too fast to be captured by the sun's gravity. So again, our universe is not just the planet Earth. So because we're not the only part of the universe, it's like who's trying to capture this thing? What are you trying to capture it for? And I know they're saying by the sun's gravity, but it's like there's other planets, and you're telling me that uh, it may be for Earth's gravity from the sun, but maybe not for any other planets. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't even play one on TV. I didn't take any of that. I didn't go to. I did, look at some things in school and all like that, but I didn't take a class that I would know about that. But it says, look up, stay curious. The universe is talking to us. It's out there. It's passing through. I can't tell you when it will be actually in our area, but it says, unlike planets, it is simply passing through and will never return. So it's when it goes through, it's just gone. It's going to break through our universe. So it's almost like it's taking a shortcut to get somewhere else. And they believe in that when we have an opportunity to maybe see it, hopefully learn from it, and it's just going to move on. So, what is it? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm sure we'll hear more about it as it gets closer to our orbit and our atmosphere. But you're hearing it from Big Jack Storytime that there's out there the 3I slash Atlas interstellar object passing through the solar system, and you're hearing it. He said every interstellar object gives astronomers a rare opportunity to study material from other solar systems without leaving Earth. So basically, we don't have to get in a rocket ship and leave Earth to study it because it's coming to us. Hopefully, it comes through and not into, but it is what it is. But at the speed that it's moving, it says it's moving too fast for the sun's gravity pull to stop it. So and they believe in that once it goes through, we will never see it again. So it reminds me of Halley's Comet. For those who even know anything about Halley's Comet, that if I'm not mistaken, and if I am, someone correct me, please, that it's like every 75 years. So it's like a once in a lifetime thing for a lot of people. So if you was alive when it came the first time, uh, you might not be alive when it comes back the next time. So it's just one of those maybe once in a lifetime type thing, if I'm not mistaken on the time, but I believe it's every 75 years. So, but we're going to move on from there. So just know that there is a interstellar object passing through our solar system, and they're trying to study it. So, hey, there we go. Tell me about this. What you think? I mean, let's see. The next story I got going on is the AI revolution is here. The future is now. So, how many of y'all really are into AI? Mean, I mean, put it out there. Put it in the chat. If you're really into AI, that AI is it's the new world. It's the new everything, and that you're either going to get on board or you're going to get left behind. So, how many of you actually believe that? How many believe that if you don't get on board with AI, you're going to get left behind? because it's everywhere. It's everything. I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, I like I said, I made the posters today using AI. So it's out there, and I'm more thinking that you have to start to embrace it. There was times in our lives and certain things came and we didn't want to embrace it, and it came anyway. I remember when there was no microwave. I remember when there was no microwave. I remember when we didn't have a microwave, and then all of a sudden there was a microwave. I cannot imagine uh, a home now without a microwave. I just can't imagine anybody saying, "Well, we don't have a microwave." Like, what? What do you mean? I just can't imagine it. It's almost like there was a time there was no television. There was a time that the televisions were black and white, and now we have color. And they wasn't smart TVs. They were, analog type TVs. You had to go and, not only change the channels, and they had to, send the signal in and this and that. So things change and we change with them. But is AI moving too fast for us? Is AI moving too fast for you? I mean, you tell me, leave it in the chat, put it down in the chat. Is it too fast? Is it like and taking over? Now, I got some facts for AI and things like that. One, the global AI market is expected to exceed $1 trillion within the next decade. So, in 10 years, the AI market is expected to exceed $1 trillion. Trillion with a T as in tango. AI is the new thing. Now, I look at AI as funny because I was thinking about it when I was like putting these stories together and stuff, and I was like, cars now, almost every car, I can't even imagine a car without it, has a backup camera. And a lot of people use the backup camera instead of using the mirrors that's on the car. Is that how AI is going to be? Where people are not going to use the other tools that's out there because AI is there. I don't even have to think anymore. Let AI do it for me. I don't have to write an email anymore. I don't have to respond to a person anymore. AI can do it. Schools are having a hard time now because of the fact that AI, people are taking, using AI to write their papers, AI to do their reports, AI to take their tests. So is it getting to that point where AI is now taking over? And then even with that, how many of y'all are actually feeling the effects of AI in the data centers? The data centers that they have to now, build to house the AI servers, and then that way, like electric bills are going up and things like that. So is AI going? Is it affecting you in that way? Leave it in the chat. What is AI doing to you? Let us all know. Because I've seen videos the other day where a lady's car shut down on her because she like scouched her seat and it couldn't see her eyes. Oh, she scooched in her seat and they couldn't see her eyes. So a car stopped 100%. It's funny because I seen one the other day where the person didn't make their payments for their car and the car repoed itself and went back to the dealership. So she didn't make her payments. The car started itself up and it drove itself back to the dealership because uh, she didn't make her payments. So that's that artificial intelligence. I mean, it didn't even need her. I mean, she didn't. It used to be a time where you used to hide your car around the corner so the repo man couldn't get you. It doesn't matter. I mean, I guess the only way you can do it now is you got to like take the tires off your car and take it in the house, so it can't just go down the road. But people, like I say, scooching down in their seats or slouching down in their seats, keeping it, not having in a back seat while the car's driving on its own. I mean, it's crazy when we think about it. Look, I think that it would come through the garage. I don't even want to tear my garage up. But it's funny because those self-driving cars, there was a watching it on a video. And then when I was in Vegas, I saw a couple of them, but they had got to a traffic light, and because of the power had bleeped, or it basically, the power faltered for a second. The lights were flashing red. And because the lights were flashing red, the car couldn't recognize if it could go or not. So it just stopped right there and they couldn't get the car out of the middle of the road because it was one of the self drivers, but um, it was stuck at a flashing red light. It could not picture, couldn't understand when to go, when not to go, because it was red and it flashing, but it just wouldn't go. So the car just stopped in the middle of the road. And as long as that light was flashing red, it wouldn't do its thing. So I like there's some pluses to it, but then there's some negatives to it. And it's funny because remember for me, and then I'm dating myself when I talk about that, but for me, I grew up with the Jetsons, and I remember seeing all of these different things that we're seeing now on the Jetsons. So it's like, these were cartoon things that we didn't think about, pushing a button and there's your food. The floor, the sidewalk moving by itself, and all you do is stand there and it takes you where you need to go. Um, and that's where we are. That's where we are now. And it's crazy because, what we thought was, what I thought was just a cartoon, and then it's like, wow, Rosie the robot, and she's walking around cleaning your house. But that's what we have now, and that's crazy, that we're right there. So it says, have you ever heard the Tesla in reverse? Sounds like, yeah, 100%. So it's just crazy how, things that we learn or see in cartoons. And I think we came a long way from the Flintstones, but now we're catching up with the Jetsons, and it's like, what's next? And so AI, the revolution is here. The future is now, and it wouldn't be bad to invest in it. I mean, you find the right AI company if you was investing, because it is the future. It's not, like I said, the era isn't coming. It's already transforming the world. It's already here. We have to get on board, or you're going to be left behind. And really, it's hard. It's starting to get harder to figure out what's real and what's AI. Some things you can tell. I mean, you just know, if you know the person and you're like, that person's never done that or whatever, that's AI. But it's getting really, really tough to say, hey, this is real and that's AI. And what I'm hearing, is that a lot of these AI companies are buying up some of the in bulk. They're buying in bulk some of the books, the some of the larger and the more, I would say, historical books we have in the world, and they're actually destroying the book but feeding the pages to AI to scan in. So, and then the way they get that page out, they have to break the binder, they get the page out, they feed it to the AI machine, and then AI will have the book memorized. But now the story is, if you was to Google it or look it up, you're getting the AI version of it. So right now, you go and look up something, you hit Google or whatever, and you're seeing the AI version, and that's oof. It's hard to say how it is right now, because it's like, wow, I'm good with, change, and I'm good with things going a certain way, but then I'm also like, I don't know if I want that much, artificial intelligence, in my life. And that's real. I mean, that's a real thought for me. Um, but you tell me what you think on that. Tell me what you think on that. Is AI going too far? Or is it, they say, Patty say, self-driving cars are not for me. Proud to say I made it to retirement age and I'm driving my own car. Way to go, Patty. There you go. It's not for me either. I'm not ready for that. I still like, pressing the pedal and having my hands on the steering wheel and putting, in the gear. And I like putting gas in my car. I know gas is high and all, but when I look over there and watch a car get plugged up and they're charging their cars, and I'm like, yeah. And Boss B said me either. So, it's, but now it's funny because I'm seeing less, not say less cars, but I'm seeing more scooters. So now people they're like getting rid of the cars, and now I see all these dang scooters all over the place. So all these kids and adults are scooters everywhere, scooters all over the place, and I'm like, wow. So we're getting closer and closer to the Jetsons because of the fact that remember they had those little, like hovercraft type cars, or and now it's like we're almost there. And so I don't remember what cartoon took us past that, unless you're looking at Marvin the Martian, uh, excuse me, and I don't know. So it's say giant drones. Yeah, yeah. I watched it's in Florida, so it was a school in Florida that's testing out drones now, to stop active shooters in the school. So if there's a person comes in and trying to, shoot the school or shoot up a school or whatever, they're using drones. So, and I'm like, okay, and the drones you has pepper spray. I believe is what it said, that they're pepper spray in the drones. But I'm more like, who's flying the drone? Who is flying the drone to say, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's like, yeah, that would be a good idea. And it is a school in Florida that's actually testing this idea. But I'm like, who are you training to fly these? And it was like 5 or 6 drones flying around. They had a mannequin, but they were flying around the mannequin almost like bees. Um, like just pests. But then I said, you're gonna have the person shooting at the dang drones and hitting things they wasn't intending to hit because I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know. So tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. I see it's just as creepy as AI itself. 100%. Drones is, yeah. So you say either get on board or you get left behind. But that's where I don't know if I want to be on board or left behind. So I don't know. And maybe it's just me. I know Patty said she's in the retirement age, and I'm praying to get there real soon, Patty. I'm praying to get there real, real soon. But at the same time, uh, AI, AI. Let's go to the next story. Let's see the next story. So thank you for tuning in to the Big Jack Storytime show, part of the ISI universe. And I'm always looking for you to, chime in, put things in the comments, put your ideas in the comments, and I thank everybody that's here hanging out with me. With this being said, if you haven't already done so, please hit that like button. If you are not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. And welcome to the Iron Sharpening Iron universe, a safe place for you to put your voice on stage. 100%. We are the universe, and welcome, welcome, welcome. So it says it is a consistent battle now. Every time I log into work, hoping I'm making a difference. Yeah, oh yeah. So I mean, I'm not against AI. I mean, it's growth, it's progression. We're moving into a direction. It's just one of those things where uh, it's different and it's changing. And some people don't like change. I remember, when there was no smartphones, and we were all hyped because we had call ID, star 69, call waiting, when we was using dial-up for the internet. And the internet, wow, where did that come from? So we were all pumped about that. And now here we are. And it's like, wow, slow down, pump your brakes, but again, that's where we are. So that's where we are. So I'm going to go to another story. And thank you again for those who are here hanging out with me. Boom. The next story is Spain. So we just finished with the World Cup. The World Cup. Remember, I told you I use AI. So please, yeah, I use AI for the posters. So if everything's not accurate, don't get on me and be like, "Yeah, that don't even look like them." It's AI. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say I didn't use AI. It says beepers with numbers, codes. Yeah, 100%. Boss B dropping that knowledge of having those beepers. Yeah, I remember. a payphone. We actually put a quarter. I mean, yes, a quarter. I remember when the stamp was 22 cents. I don't remember less than 22 cents that I remember, but I remember when it was 22 cents to send a letter. I remember sending a letter and it only cost 22 cents. But anyway, we're going back. The World Cup just finished. That was just a couple of weeks ago. The FIFA World Cup, Spain, the world champs. Congratulations, Spain. And we're just talking about news around the world that don't have any politics to do with it. It's just news from around the world. So that's one of the things that I wanted to make sure that I did was put out some news stories that don't have anything to go. So FIFA, they said the FIFA Women's World Cup is watched by billions of viewers worldwide across television and streaming platforms. Soccer remains one of the most popular sports on earth. With an estimated 5 billion fans globally. And that's, I know it said the women, but also the men. Spain's championship reflects years of investment in youth development. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, you put a lot of time and effort into your country's top players. One of the things I don't know if a lot of people know, and that's the one thing. In the United States is where they played the World Cup this year in North America. So Canada, Mexico, and the United States. Well, the United States charge a tax, jock, like an athlete, a jock tax. So every city that these players played in, wherever the cup was being played, if they played a game in that city, they had to pay that city or that state tax. They had to pay state taxes for that city or state that they were playing in. That is not a new thing, but that is a United States thing. So, an NFL player, when an NFL player play for the Cowboys, so we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys, but then they go play the New York Giants, they will pay New York state taxes while they're in New York playing because they got paid in New York. They were performing in New York. They will pay New York taxes. It's called a jock tax, and that's real. That's 100% real. So Spain winning the World Cup and traveling all over North America, but when they stopped in the United States to play games, matter of fact, the World Cup game was played in New Jersey. So when they played that game, uh, they were paying New Jersey taxes. And so my understanding is almost 30%, 25 to 30% of the money that they made for being on the Spain's championship team, they ended up paying out in taxes. And I do not believe, like some countries, you pay taxes when you get to the border, you get your money back. I don't believe they're going to get their money back. So I don't know about that. But that's crazy. So that's one of the things I wanted to talk about with Spain winning. And congratulations again to Spain. But at the same time, it was like, dang, they got to pay taxes because they were playing in the United States. Now, do you believe that's something that will hurt the United States moving forward? That countries wouldn't want to come here and play because of the fact that they got to pay taxes? Because this is not a new thing, but I can't remember the last time the World Cup. I know it was. I know they played in California, was one of the big stadiums, but I can't remember the last time the World Cup was in the United States, or in North America. And did they have those taxes in place then? But they are in place now. And I know the NFL, the Major League, the NBA, they all. Hey, thank you, Patty. Thank you for gifting the Universe membership. So thank you, Patty, for doing that. But it's just one of those things that is crazy that you're here, you're playing for your country, you're in one of the biggest stages in the world, where worlds people are watching all over the world, and boom, there we go. Uh, it's just crazy. 100% is crazy that they would have to pay taxes. But I just want to say congratulations. It was I watched I don't know if anybody else watched, but I did watch. I watched more soccer games than I ever did before. I was rooting for the United States when they were in. Only, and I'm not gonna say because one, because it's the country I live in, and it's like represent your home country. But I knew one of the players on the team, on the United States team, so that made it even cooler, really, to have someone that that you're rooting for the person that you know. And I really didn't know the person. I knew the father of one of the players, and because of that, that made it really, really cool. So, so with that being said, and again, I want to say thank you, Patty, because it is awesome that you're a loyal fan, a loyal member, and you keep the universe going strong. So thank you again for dropping that membership, and thank you for everyone who's been hanging out with me. Congratulations, Spain. That's pretty cool. Now, we know it was a lot of controversy when they was on the stage receiving their trophy. Uh, People photo bombing them on the stage. I'm not even gonna say who, but there was some photo bombing going on. It's like, hey, get off the stage, get out the way. But with all that being said, we want to thank Spain for uh, uh, gracing us with their talent, and we got to see some really good soccer, or as they say, football. We got to see some really good football out there, and it was pretty cool. It really was pretty cool to watch the games. So again, congratulations, Spain, world champs of the FIFA World Cup. And looking forward to the next one. I'm not even sure where it's going. I want to say it's like in the Middle East. I want to say is where I thought it was going. But whoever gets it, uh, and a lot of people think that they pick it like the same year. The World Cup is picked like a decade, almost a decade before they actually play it in that country. So it only comes every 4 years, but they pick it's a decade or more that they're picking the next city. So they have the next 2 to 3 locations already picked out or who got it because it takes time to prep a stadium and get things in place. So it's almost similar to when they say who's going to host the Olympics. It's not something that one person can come in and say, yeah, I want it in my country or my continent, and this it happens like that. It doesn't work like that. They have committees, and they've already picked the next 2 to 3 destinations, and that's how you get ready. That's exactly how you get ready. So, but with all that being said, that's the FIFA World Cup. Spain's the world champs. Congratulations to you. And again, thank you for those. And this is news you can use, news you should know from around the globe without politics. And if we can throw that in there, we're doing good. I think we're cooking with gas, it would say. It says, LOL, officially official. I even have papers. There you go. Wait, wrong papers. As long as they're not reefer papers, you all good out there at Boss B. So what's up? And you got that too. That's up to you. It says records keep falling. All right. So new world records 24, 25. So track and field. Those who watch track and field, 24, 25, 26, they're getting faster. I don't know what's going on. And this is something that came up, but it's like the runners, the athletes are stronger, they're faster, they're bouncing all over the place, pole vault. So things that used to be where you thought those world records would last forever, they're going down. And it's like these young athletes are running faster than they ever ran before. They're breaking speeds that we've never, even imagined seeing, and it is crazy. So we just want to say, for all of those who are still out there grinding and putting that time in, continue to do the great work and do your thing. It says modern sprint times are now measured 1,000th of a second during a competition. That's how fast they're getting, how tight the competition is that they're measuring on 1,000th of a second. Advanced in training, nutrition, biomechanics, recovery, sports science continue helping athletes improve. We just got smarter. So, now you can look at a person, you can look at their video, you can put their data into, AI, I'm sure, and it's giving you what's the proper diet, the proper stretching, the muscle, this and that. And you're getting it down to it is now actually a science in how to run. Now, one thing I know as an athlete, Big Jack Storytime is an athlete. I was an athlete. I played ball. I played this and that. You cannot uh, coach fast. I can help you get quicker and don't take, but if you're fast, you're fast. It's just a natural thing. And so these people have raw talent. They're just fast. But then they're learning now how to become faster by not taking false steps, by wearing the right clothes, by eating the right foods and all of that. So man, the records are falling. They're falling, they're falling. So let's just get ready and say evolution. 100%. And the thing is, the more the grind is, when you see something like the first 4 minute mile, I remember when a person ran a 4 minute mile and they like, wow, that's amazing. They ran a mile in 4 minutes. And it's like, wow, that is amazing. Now it's like, what took you so long? And that's like, what? So there's now in the 100 meters. I mean, 100 meters, you think about it, that's 100 meters. So we say it takes 1 second for every 10 meters. Let's just use that 1 second for every 10 meters. They're beating that. They're now doing it in under 10. And that's like crazy. That's crazy numbers. That's crazy speed. And they're doing it on a regular. And when you're saying a one person, two people, and then that just makes the next person, as Boss B put down the evolution. Now there's a whole generation of people that's trying to beat that record, and they're grinding and getting themselves faster and faster and faster, and they're getting through uh, in record time. It's like wow! It's like the race is only 100 meters, and they're doing it in less than 10 seconds. I mean, don't blink because I've dozed off for longer than 10 seconds. I mean, just like, oh man, woo, while driving. Though, no, I'm just joking with y'all. But it's just like they're just gone. They're moving so fast and they're jumping so high and they're jumping so long and they're throwing shot puts javelins and disc. It's just crazy. So track and field, and it doesn't matter what country, all the countries they're like amazing, all the talent around the world and watching these athletes. So let's see. Let's see in the next Olympics. So when the next Summer Olympics come up, we're going to address this again. We're going to talk about this and see how many uh, what they call records get broken. I honestly believe that we're going to see world records, what they call it, Olympic records, going to be shattered in the next 2 to 3 years. 100%. I just believe that. So, but let's see, got one more. I think, and it says climate change is changing global sports. So we talked about heat in the beginning. We talked about the heat wave, and now we're talking about the climate change is changing global sports. So it is getting hotter out there. A lot of these sports are outdoor sports, and because they're outdoor sports, we one, protect yourself. So you remember, all of this is wrapping itself back up. So we talked about the heat wave in the beginning. So if you have a kid that's out there that's an athlete that's doing this thing, that's getting out there and they're playing their sports and things like that, protect them, because I remember going with my son to a wrestling match, and even though it was indoors, the gym that they had didn't have air conditioning and don't have any air conditioner. And the gym had a big sunroof. So it had a skylight basically. So it was super, super, super hot in that gym. So they made sure that they sent out a notice to tell us, hey, it's going to be hot. Make sure you dress appropriate, bring extra water, all of this because it's just hot, and that's again all over the world. So when you see people playing football and soccer, baseball, running track, cycling, tennis, golf, all of these sports, just know that it's super hot out there, especially talking with the youth. Let's try to make sure that we do the right thing as far as taking care of them, hoping that they all are well protected, because we don't want anyone to pass out or worse from the heat. It's hot. It's super, super, super hot out there. So I know I wrapped this all back around and we came back to talking about heat again, but that's how important all of this is, and it really is important. This is a time we're getting ready to close this show out, and I want to thank you all for hanging out with me. It's been a blessing to have you here. I'm always I always look forward to having uh, all of you here and hanging out with me. It's truly a blessing to have such amazing people in my life, and that's how I look at it. I mean, I got thousands and thousands and thousands of people in my life that I wouldn't have known had had you not come through. So I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for being you. I want to say thank you for hanging out with me. It's been a real blessing. I know that when we look back over everything and we look back over, we say look back over my life, and I think things over. I can truly say that I've been blessed. 100%. I've been blessed. Just to have all of you uh, hang out with me. Yeah, I know that it's you have a lot of things that you could do with your life. You have a lot of things that you can do in your life, but it's a blessing that you take this time to be with me, and I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. I appreciate Boss B TV for being out there, and Patty for being out there, and everybody else that's come through and left a comment, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Because I know without a doubt that there's a lot of things you could be doing with your life. There's things I could be doing with my life other than being on here. But I enjoy this. I enjoy coming out. I enjoy hanging out here and meeting new people on a regular basis. It's it's what I like to do. This is my hobby. This is my go-to. When I know it's Wednesday or Sunday and I say, hey, I can go live, I look forward to the show. I look forward to getting up here and hanging out with you. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for hanging with me. And it is an open time where if you want to drop comments or questions in the chat, I'm an open book. If anybody know me, I'm an open book. I do my best to tell the truth. If it's something that I'm not willing to say, I will let you know. As I seen today on news, not talking politics, but I seen a doctor today in front of Congress in the United States plead the fifth on every question. So it's like I plead the fifth. So if you ever ask me something that I just don't feel comfortable sharing, I will plead the fifth. I'm not going to let you know. But, I've lived a good life, and I've done some really cool things in my life, and I don't mind sharing. That's where it comes from. That's where the Big Jack story time comes from. And I see Boss B in the house. You coming up? Come on down. Come up here. How you doing? Yeah, come on up. Hey, B, what's up? You're on mute. Of course you are.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's going on? How you
Hey,
doing?
how's it going?
Doing
I
well,
thought
doing well.
I'd pop in for just a minute here because
Oh, okay.
I
All
want to
right.
say, Big Jack, you make it easy to watch, and your information is always on top of it. So thank you.
Oh, I appreciate that. I
I
appreciate
needed to
that.
come say that. I think I needed to come say that for Patty too.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Well, I always appreciate you and definitely Patty for being in the house. And
Hmm.
it's real news. I mean, you can Google it yourself, and it wasn't trying to make up anything, but it's just one of those like, what I did say, B, was we turn on the news and we get 50 minutes of politics and nothing else. And I'm like, I want to share without talking about politics.
Yes,
So, and that's why,
absolutely.
and that's around the world. It's not just in my home or your home, but
Right.
everywhere around the world, these are things that we're dealing with. So, yeah, but thank you for popping in. Thank you, thank you, thank
Absolutely. I just had to
you.
come
Yeah,
up here and thank you. This was
no,
a good
no,
show.
no. Oh, well, I appreciate it. And then you ain't got to run off. I mean, we getting ready to close out anyway, but
Yeah.
how's things been going for you?
Going good. As you can see, I got my studio set up here now. I've got
Uh,
a show, 8 p.m. Ask a Bee, funny
uh,
questions. I got a
okay.
good letter. Just trying to get back into it slowly, but we're moving again. We
No,
are
well,
moving
that's
again.
good. And you say
Yep.
8 p.m.
8 p.m. Yes.
Oh, okay. All
It's
right. So
just,
you getting ready. Is
yeah,
that
it's,
Central Time though, right?
yes, Central
Yeah.
Time. It's
Okay.
9 for you.
Yeah, yeah. I already
Which
say
is
because
better
we're
for my
late. Yeah,
schedule.
you're late already. Then okay. So
Yeah.
8 p.m. Central Time for all you out there is the Ask a Bee show. So if you are looking for somewhere to go and some things to do, definitely pop in. Still on the Universe and also on Boss Bee TV YouTube channel, and you can definitely watch the Ask a Bee. She always have great insight and great letters. For those who don't know who B is, she is the producer of the ISI Universe. So if there was anything you didn't like, blame her. No, I'm just joking. No,
It's all right.
but
I'll
it's
take it.
always cool. I gotta tell anybody, it's always good to have a B. Everyone needs a B, and I have a B, so I appreciate it. I appreciate all the work that B puts in because she makes it easy for me and anyone else that's part of the universe because she does a lot of work that people don't see, and that's where. But if you didn't know, for those who are watching and for the first time ever and didn't know, we only do live shows, and because we only do live shows, we're always live. So that means things happen and we only get one take. We don't get to go back and redo it and hit the pause button and all of that. So when you do a live show, it is what it is. And
That's what
life
it
be
is.
life be lifing while we up here. So sometimes things don't always go as
Right.
planned, but we've learned to adjust and overcome. And it's always good to have someone in the back that's hitting buttons and dropping links and things. Because when you're up here hosting a live show, especially when you have guests and things like that, you're trying to look at the chat and you're trying to make sure you put up the links and you're trying to. So it's a lot of moving around, a lot of moving parts. So
Right.
one of the things that's really good about the universe is that we try our best to work together for one another. Like the motto say, we are stronger together. So, and even if you're not behind the scenes doing anything, you might see us in the chat, and we might, because it just having that listening ear and that one or two people that pops in to say, "Hey, I'm here and I'm supporting." It means a lot. It really do mean a lot. So
Yeah. We
that's
got to
my
let
that's
our
my
Patty
thing.
friends know that we appreciate them.
Oh, of course, of course, of course. And Patty, I've been waiting for Patty to come up on the stage. She got to come up whenever she's ready, of course. So whenever she's ready, she has a spot. This is probably the safest place you could ever be in YouTube
Amen.
world and social media because it's all
Yes.
it's all friends and family and friends here. That's what
Hmm.
it's all about. There's no big eyes and no little U's. It's just we all in this thing together.
Us
And
and we.
we're definitely, I'm saying this right now, but that's for everybody out there watching. If I can do it, anybody can do it. And and
We.
and and I can definitely get Walt Talks up here and he'll say those same words. So if we get him up here because yeah, we're not even gonna talk about him. But
We love
anyway,
some rocks.
of course, of course, of course. But I want to thank Dee for popping up on the stage just for even this brief moment. I know you got your show to prepare for. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even know the time changed to 8 o'clock p.m. And is that Monday through Friday or 7 days
Right
a week?
now, I'm just doing Wednesdays,
Okay.
three
Yeah.
Wednesdays a month, and then
Okay.
Lady's Diary, the first one. So
Right. Okay. All
just
right.
because it's good for my schedule with the new job and
Yeah.
everything going on. So
So you heard it here.
that's it.
So second was it? So it has to be the second through all the rest of the Wednesdays. So every Wednesday except the first Wednesday,
There you go.
8 p.m. Central Time, Ask a
Yes.
Bee Show. So 8 p.m. Central Time, Ask a Bee Show here on the ISI Universe and Boss Bee TV YouTube channel. And you're and again live, live,
Yes.
live, live. So all of these are live. So if you haven't again, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the shows. We thank you, thank you, thank you for popping in here and hanging out with us. Um, like I say, this is my joy. This is what I really, really like to do, and having B pop up on the stage is put the icing on the cake. So, and I like cake. I like it. So,
Me too. Now I need some. Okay.
yeah,
Not
yellow
before the
cake,
show.
yellow
I'm
cake with buttercream
I'm hyper
icing.
enough.
Yeah, yellow cake with buttercream icing is on fire. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah.
in trouble.
I don't like whip icing, so never do whip for me. If you do whip, you just lost me as a friend. But regardless of all of
True.
that,
True.
yellow cake with buttercream uh,
Mm-mm.
icing, man, I'm on fire. I'm there.
Butter
There.
cake with
I'm there.
chocolate icing.
Chocolate at work, but look, I didn't say. I said buttercream icing. I didn't say what flavor. I did not say what flavor. I said buttercream. I just don't throw whip at me. Whip
I
will
can
get
tell
you
you
whooped.
what, I can promise you two things. One, it's not whipped. Two, it's not from a gas station.
Oh shoot! Look, I'm all right with the gas station, but don't whip me. Look, let me tell you, whip icing will get you whooped. So let's think about
Oh,
that.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes. That is very
so,
good because that is
yeah,
exactly the way I feel.
yeah.
Ew.
That's fighting. Those are fighting
It's
terms.
it's
It
a
is whipped
waste of
icing.
air.
Yeah, you just piss me off. So, but
Oh,
anyway, so that's what that would be if you put that kind of cake in front of me.
I hear
But
you. I
yeah,
heard you.
but we have fun. We have fun.
Yes.
B,
Mhm.
I'll do my best and to tune into the show,
Oh, you're
100%.
good.
Now I know the time change. Looking forward to the ladies' diary. I seen the
Mhm.
thumbnail. I think it's got it's a big hot
Yeah.
topic coming up. Uh,
Yes.
so it's growing. The universe is growing. We got some really good guests coming through.
Yes.
Some really good topics. Some shows. We're growing, and if you're out there, you want to be a part of this. I'm telling you that right now. You want to be a part of this.
Come
But
on with it.
until next time. I am Big Jack Storytime. That's Boss B, the producer of the show. You're going to see a really cool logo or a hype video when we close this show out because BBTV is where we at. So, but until next time, B, I'll talk to you later. I'm going to say peace to
Definitely.
everybody. Good night to you all and talk to y'all later. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.